In last session, we discussed about the control statements. Like if else, if, break, etc. So today we discuss about looping statements. Looping statements. Looping statements are, there are three types: do while, for. There are three looping statements. What is a looping means? First, let us see. So when you see this one, what we can understand, when you write a program, here I am start the program, I am giving some input or statements. So according to the given input or statements, if the statements are the input that satisfy the condition, whatever the condition here I am specifying, this condition is satisfied, then these statements will be executed. I will get the output from here. The condition phase, then again it will go back and again check for the second condition. So means this what's happened, the process will go on to checking. till the condition is yes. So means that it is called the looping. Looping means what here happening? Here first it checks for the condition. The condition is okay, then I will get the output. If the condition is not okay, again it will go and check for another conditions. So this is called looping. So this process will continue. How long it will continue? Till the condition satisfies. Till the condition satisfied. This concept we can call it as the iteration. Call it as iteration. What is meant by iteration? It is a process of executing set of instructions till the given condition is satisfied. So means that I have to execute the condition statements. How long I have to execute? Until my condition is get satisfied. This is called iteration. So the process is called looping. So what I am doing, I am giving some input or the statements. If input or statement, if whatever I am giving the input or statements that satisfy the given conditions, then I will get the statements. Otherwise, it will go back and again check the condition. How long this process will continue? This process will continue means till I get it is yes. So this is called a looping statement. The process is called iteration. Iteration is a process of executing set of instructions. Set of instructions till the given condition is satisfied. Till the given condition is satisfied. See, I will explain it one by one. The first one is the do while. The first one is the do while. So let's see how the do while will work. So here the process will look like this. So here I'm giving two conditions. One is the true. True. Another one is the false. So if the condition is the true, whatever the condition I'm specifying is true, and what it will happen means the flow has to go here. So this is the process that has to be done. So the condition fails, it will go to the next step. It will go to the next step. Whatever step you are telling here, it will go to the next step here. So this is the do while. So what happens here? It first executes the instructions. Here we will specify the instructions. Specify the instructions. It will execute the instructions and check for the condition. Here I am specifying the condition. If the condition is true, then again the loop will repeat it. Otherwise, the loop will be closed. Otherwise, the loop will be closed. See, like best example. Example, int I equal to 1. You know that? It means that I value equal to 1. If I want to increase the I value, what I have to do? I equal to I plus 1. Again, you have I equal to I plus 1. Okay. Again, if you want to increase, again you have to tell I equal to I plus 1. So this will give so many steps. So for example, if I want to increase the I value from 1 to 10, so again I have to every time I have to increase. Otherwise, I want to display the numbers from 1 to 10. I want to display the numbers from 1 to 10. So every time I have to increment by 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It will take so much of time, and it will also increase the number of steps. To come out the program, to come out this problem, what we will do is we will go for the looping. So what it will do, in the loop, it will display the I value. In the loop, I am specifying to display the I value. How long the I value has to be displayed means till the condition is satisfied. Till the condition is satisfied. See an example. I am writing an example. Int I. Okay. First, I am taking the I value as 1. So now I am asking do. Do what I have to do? Print percentage d comma I. Percentage d comma I. So what will be happen here? The I value will be printed. So after the printing, what I am doing here, I am asking to increase the I value. Now the do loop is closed. Do while. How long this process has to be executed? My condition is, this is my condition. So it means what will be happen here means first I value will be 1 and the value will be printed. Then the I value become 2 and next it checks for the condition. So what is the condition here? I less than or equal to 10. I less than or equal to 10. Yes, here I is less than or equal to 10. I is less than or equal to 10. So because why I value is 2. So 2 is less than or equal to 10. That's why again go and display the output. First time it will display 1, second time display 2. Now again I value increase to 3. 3 less than or equal to 10. Again it will display. How long this process will go? Till I value is more than 10. Till I value is more than 10. So let's see in a program, you can understand. So I am opening the Dev C++ software. New program, dash include stdio.h main. Here in I equal to 1. Do what I am asking to do is print. I have to print the value. Here I am using one symbol called /n. /n means the next line. N means the next line. So here percentage d comma I. So what will do? It will display the value of I. Next, after displaying, I'm asking to increase the value of I by 1. So that is the increment operator I equal to I plus 1. So otherwise you can use like this also directly I plus plus. This is also same. I plus plus means I equal to I plus 1. So I can say here this is similar to I equal to I plus 1. To understand better. Okay. So now I am asking to display. How long it display? While I less than or equal to 10. So this is my condition. So what is the output of the program? First I value is 1. Next it will enter into the looping statement do while and it prints the value of I. Then it checks for the then it will increase the value of I. So how long it will increase the value means till it will become as a 10, 11. So because I less than or equal 10 means 10 also possibility is there. So I value first 1 will be displayed, the value get incremented by 1, 2 will be displayed, get incremented by 1, 3 will be displayed as long as you display, keep on displaying the I value by increasing every time 1 till this condition satisfies. What this condition is telling now? I value must be either less than or equal to 10. So means that whenever you increase the value, sometimes I value may increase to the 11. So whenever it is going to 11, it has to be stop the execution of the program. So first I have to save the file. I am saving here. Do while one first program like this .c. So now I'm executing the file, compile. There are no errors. Now go to here and run the program. Now I get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How do I get it? Means first I take the I value is 1 and ask it to display. Yes, display. Next I value get incremented by 1. That is 2. Next get incremented by 1, 3. So 1 will become 2, 2 will become 3, 3 will become 4, 4 will become so on. 10 will become 11. So when it is reaches to 11, what my condition here is, I am clearly telling that I is less than or equal to 10. So means I value never goes to 11. So when it is goes to 11, the loop will be closed. Then the program execution will be stopped. So here what we are doing two steps here. Step 1 is displaying the I value. Step 2 we are increasing the I value. So these two statements will execute continuously. How long this will execute? Until the condition gets satisfied. This is called looping. Looping means repetition of execution of the statements. I'm repeating the execution of the statement printf and I plus plus. First time, second time, third time, fourth time. How long am I doing? I am doing till 11 times. The 11th time it is get failed and I came out of the program. So let us see if I change that, if I told that I am closing this one, I plus 2, I plus 2. What will happen here? Means I plus plus means I equal to I1. I plus 2 means I equal to I plus 2. So go to the execute and compile. No errors. Now what will I get the output? First I value is 1. Next I value get incremented by 2. So now we'll get 3. Then I will get 5. Then I will get 7. Then I will get 9. Then I won't get 11 because I am asking up to 10 only. So go here and run the program. So it is infinite loop. Why it will become infinite? Check once again. So you do one thing here. I equal to I plus I equal to. Let us check it. Compile first. Just run. 1, 3, 5, 7. So if you change this condition here to 20, it will display up to 19. We change here to 50, display up to 49. So this is the process what we have to do, called the iteration. Iteration means executing set of instructions, means more than one instruction or single instruction. More than one time. Here what I'm doing, I am doing first time, second time, third time. How long I have to do? Until the condition is get satisfied. So when will my condition is satisfied? When the I value become 11, the condition will get satisfied. So this is the concept is called the iteration. It is called the concept of iteration. So I am doing another example that, see an example. I have given a number like 125. But I want to get the reverse number. If I give one number, I have to get the reverse number. So means if I give 125, I want to get the 521. So how do you get it? Let us see here. Here I am giving the value as n. So because I want to get the, I want to give a number. So printf enter. So here I am asking whatever the number you want to give, let you give that number here. So next what I have to do, scanf %d comma ampersand n. So here I am taking the value for n. So now my question is I want to get the reverse number. Look at right. So what you have to do here is do what you have to do. Here I am n equal to some, I am giving some variables here as r. R means a reminder. REV means the reverse. Reminder, reverse. You have to remember, okay? So here R equal to n percentage 10. Reverse equal to reverse into 10 plus R. Okay? Reverse into reverse 10 plus R. So next n equal to n by 10. So finally I am printing the value here, printf reverse value is %d comma rev. This is a simple program. I will explain how the concept will work here. Let us see an example of 125 or 124. So here, what is the R value here? What we are telling the R value is n percentage 10. So whenever you divide the 124 by 10, what will be the remainder? The remainder will be the 4. Now R value become 4. R value become 4. Now rev equal to rev into 10 plus 1. So I don't know the reverse value. That's why I'm telling the value as 0. As 0. Now 0 into 10 plus R means 0 into something is 0 plus R. What will be the output here? Reverse value here is reverse value become 4. Reverse value become 4. Now again n equal to n by 10. N equal to n by 10. So what is the n value here? 124. Whenever you want divide by 124, n by 10 means quotient. What is the quotient here? Quotient will become 12. Quotient will become 12. That quotient value again store into the n, into n. So here, how long I have to do? I have to specify while n greater than 0. While n greater than 0. So while n greater than 0. N greater than 0. This is my logic. So now it is checking that what is n value here? 12. So 12 greater than 0. That's why it go into the loop again. Now R value equal to n percentage turn. Now the R value become, what is n value? 12 now. 12 percentage turn means whenever you divide by 12 by 10, the remainder will be the 2. Now R value now become 2. Earlier it is 4, now it will become 2. Now reverse equal to reverse into 10 plus R. What is the reverse value is already there? 4. So 4 into 10 plus, what is R value now? 2. So means that become as a 42. That become as a 42. Now come to your second stage. N equal to n by 10. So n value is 12 now. 12 by 10 means the quotient is 1. Because 12 by 10 means 10 ones are 10. So 12 quotient become 1. So now n equal to n by 10 means the n value become 1. Now check the condition. N greater than 0. Yes, because it is 1. Go back to the loop. Now go here. R equal to n percentage 10. Means whenever you divide number 1 with 10, the remainder will become 1. Remainder will become 1. So the quotient become, what is the remainder now? Reverse now. Already 42 is there. 42 into 10 plus remainder is 1. So that equal to 421. That equal to 420. Now n value is n percentage 10. Whenever you divide a number 1 by 10, the quotient becomes 0. So while n greater than 0, so yes, it is 0 because now value becomes 0. So the condition is get success. Now it is came out of the loop. And the next statement is reverse value is percentage d comma rev. So what is the value in reverse now? Earlier it is 4. 4 become 42. 42 become 421. Here I get the output as a 421. So which is the reverse number of the given number? This is a simple logic. So let us compile this program first. Is there any errors? No errors. Very good. Now go to run. It is asking for a number. Enter your number. Just I am giving a 124 I have given. So same number I am giving now. I am giving the number 124. Pressing enter. What is the output here? The reverse number is 421. I got the output. So this is the process for giving a reverse number. So see here, I am giving another number. You can take any number There is no specification that you have to take this number only, not that number only, like matters. You can choose any number. Compile again. You have doubts. One time compilation is enough. There is no need for compiling multiple times. Whenever you make any changes to the code, then only you have to do all the things. So here I am giving the number 4567. So what was the reverse number? 7614. Even though take one 2-digit number, 3-digit number, 4-digit number, 5, that doesn't mean. It just gives the reverse number. So how the process will go here means you have to remember only two things. First one is calculating the quotient and calculating the remainder. These two concepts you have to remember. I will send you the output for every point. So means n value, this one first will become n value, this, the output will become, I will send to you. You just go through that one, you can understand more clearly. Okay. We'll discuss more programs on tomorrow about the do while. You will get more idea.